Today is actually one of my favourite days of the gardening year. It's my favourite job, do it every year, and that is uncovering and taking off all this insulation around my banana trees. These are the Musa Basjoo bananas. They are the hardy banana, but I still wrap them up just to make sure I give them every single chance to grow into the summer to become the great big monsters that they become. These grow to over 12 foot high. They tower over me. They have the huge leaves, bigger than me, and it just makes a great backdrop as I walk into my greenhouse. I have these just towering up. Luckily, the sun comes up behind me, so these don't cast any shadows onto the greenhouse or the polytunnel, but they're just spectacular. It really makes this UK allotment feel like it could be anywhere nice and tropical with these huge banana trees. But back in the end of August, start of winter last year, I managed to cover them up and protect them for the winter. We've got over all that, and as you can see, this is all brand new growth. This has been put on this year alone, so now it's time to take off all this covering, taking off the bananas clothes. This is all bubble wrap and insulation and straw and hay, anything I've had to basically protect the crown, and I'm going to take it all off now to really get these growing. Let's get all the light into the bottom. And usually I do find some little pups, some baby banana trees that have all started growing up from the bottom because they send up more and more and more. This was just one banana tree that I planted many years ago, and I've got them all around the plot now because they send up new plants every single year, and you can easily just cut and divide and move them wherever you want to go. So that's enough of me talking. Let's get this opened up, see what's inside, and get ready for the bananas. Okay, so as I said, this has got a load of hay and straw and insulation, and then we've got some nice big fleece around the outside that I can reuse year on year. So I'm going to make sure I just take it off and keep it all in one piece. But first off, let's take off this string. I wrapped a load of string around it just to hold it all in place. So we'll take the string off, and that should allow me then to be able to get into this a bit easier. I have found some little mice houses inside this before, so you never quite know. Once you take all this off, there could be some little fairy animals inside that have been nesting here over the winter. Hopefully they've moved out now, but and I've made enough noise, so maybe they've scattered if they have. But let's open this up and see what's inside. Okay, some of these are like big insulated socks that just went over the top. As mentioned before, you've really got to protect the crown of these bananas. As long as the base is nice and protected, the rest of it should be fine. And we know from the new growth that it absolutely is. Some of this has been gathering water, which wouldn't be very good. You don't want water pooling around it. I am just doing this quite gently, just in case there is any funny little creatures in here. Let's hope not. Even got some polystyrene. These are some of the pieces that I chopped off last year. Basically just use them all around the base. They can rot down. You can put those inside any of your pots or your raised beds, just to give you a bit of substance at the bottom, and then they'll rot down and put all that nutrients back into the soil. Right, it's looking fine. No little animals in here, but there's plenty of old leaves that can be chopped back. Okay, it looks like a couple of them may have died. I knew this one was going to die because that one produced bananas. If they produce bananas, it does die that following year. This one, I didn't think did, but might have done. But there's no life left in that one now. It will be sending something up. It's quite sturdy still to touch, a good strong base, but it does look like it's gone. But as I mentioned, we already have our new little baby ones. There's the little baby pups or baby banana trees. There's another one. Once they get big enough, you can actually cut them out and move them and replant them. So we've got 2 stumps and we've got 3 that are grown quite well. I have this one that had a bit of frost damage, so yesterday I just cut it in half, and you can see that new growth has already come even since yesterday. The way the bananas grow is it's almost like an onion. It just keeps coming through the center. That leaf then opens, and then there'll be another leaf on its way. If I can see in this big one, just to be able to show you a bit better. Inside there is another leaf, and then another leaf, and as they open up, it just expands outwards, and then the next leaf comes up and just opens one by one. Okay, I'm going to tidy that up and just clear out all those leaves, give it a bit more air. And then I've got this one. Again, you can see this one is already coming out nicely. This one next to it, it is growing. You can see the middle bit. It's taking its time and does seem to have quite a bit of frost damage. So what I'm going to do, just to show you what's inside, if I snip off the top, ooh, it's quite a bit of frost damage actually. But it is still alive. It's still rock hard to touch. And that will keep growing up now through the centre. There isn't any frost due over the next few nights, so I think this will be fine. But in the meantime, I'm just going to take all of this off, like the other one. I even used a beer box to protect this one. And some netting. Basically use anything you can to protect the base of these trees. All held down with a few bricks. Just try and take that off. And there we go, there's another little baby that's now grown from the bottom. Once that establishes itself, that'll grow up nice and tall. But more fleece here. Some bubble wrap, take all that off. And there we have it. These are 2 more. I do hope that one grows. Right, I did actually use lots of the old leaves that I chopped off last year for more insulation around the base. Some of that has already rotted down and gone back into the soil to give these trees extra nutrients and goodness for the growing season ahead. So just going to now try and rake it out just to tidy all this up a little bit. Got to be a bit careful because these little baby bananas at the bottom are in amongst all this. So see one, I'm trying to not go too mad next to it, but even if you snap them in half by mistake, they will just keep growing. As I say, they keep growing from the centre over and over again. A lot of this has now gone quite slimy, so it is time to tidy it up. Yeah, a few more babies around this side. And most of these leaves I can actually just put on my compost pile. They'll rot down nicely and become nice compost into the future. A few more old stumps in there from year before last. I've actually had these bananas probably getting on for about 8 years now. They come back every year. And although they say the Musa Basjoo banana is hardy down to about -10, -15, any prolonged cold snap, especially in the UK, can really damage the base. It can get wet, it can freeze, and then all this will die. So it's always about protecting the center right in this middle crown. As I'm just grabbing in here, there's even more little baby pups, and that's coming up there, but there's one straight away. So the ones that have died can be completely chopped out. I'll probably just let them die back naturally, but already this is looking much neater, and that extra light really start getting down into these plants. Most of it just comes through the leaves. That's how it photosynthesizes, but these will soon be up before we know it. They'll be towering up again. As I say, over 12 foot high, these bananas. They're absolute monsters. So last little rake on this side. Okay, quite happy with that. It was only a 5-10 minute job. Doesn't take long. It takes longer to actually wrap them up for the winter and chop them all back than it does to reveal them again, but I'm quite happy with that. They're going to shoot up. Okay, as mentioned, this is one of my favorite jobs. It's a favorite job because it's quick and easy, and I always like to see exactly how these bananas have grown over the winter. I've done it again. I've got them through, which is always a little bonus that they are still in one piece. They've got the nice new growth going on, so I know now they've got every chance. In fact, I know for 100% these are going to grow now right up as big as they possibly can. So, as mentioned before, if you want to follow them, if you want to see how they're getting on this year, please remember to subscribe, leave me a comment, love the interaction, and like the video also. So, thanks for watching everyone, take care, bye now.